So you don't want to start something that, you're not going to be able to finish. So that's why I always tell people, like, if you're getting your tax returns, if you're getting some sort of loan or large amount of cash that is going to be sitting in your bank account, before you do anything else with it, make sure you do a pledge loan, because the money just needs to be in your savings account and then it goes into your checking account. So you're still going to have access to the funds. Now you can see here, based on this pledge loan agreement, that if the client did take the entire 60-month term, the fee and finance charge that would be assessed with a $200,000 loan is almost $12,000. So of course, if you're doing a larger amount, you're going to pay it off much quicker, so you don't have to pay that interest. This is just over that 60-month term, what the interest would be at 2.25%. So it does vary. And of course, you can do pledge loans for any amount that you're comfortable with, but obviously the higher the better. So the lowest that you can go is $250. The highest is really, what you have. You can go $200,000. You can go higher than that. If you got $500,000, you can try that, but the terms will be different based upon, how much of the pledge loan, how much you're pledging, okay? And the interest is going to vary as well. It's usually, like I said, between 2 and 3%. So this is what the pledge loan agreement looks like. It's very straightforward. You have to have the money that you're going to be pledging in your savings account when you call Navy Federal or when you go into a branch. For me, I just did everything over the phone. Why go to a branch when I can literally make the phone call when I'm like driving home or, doing something else? Put your headset on, multitask, call Navy Fed, do the pledge loan. Just make sure that you've transferred the money and it's sitting in your savings account ready for them to take it and pledge it toward the pledge loan, okay? So the way that this pledge loan thing works is you have to have the money that you are going to be pledging in your savings account, in your Navy Federal savings account. Or if you're doing it with another bank, the money just needs to be in your savings account. And this is what it would look like. It's called a shares pledged loan. And it looks like any other installment loan. This is obviously in the Navy Federal app. And what you want to make sure that you are doing is setting it up on auto pay so it pays itself back. Now, you can always pay more within the app. So if it is affecting your debt to income or you don't want to pay interest on the amount, you can pay 80 to 90% of it off and then let the remainder just kind of flow on auto pay until you may need to have it at a zero balance. But this is what it would look like. So it shows as if it is a $200,000 loan. Now, of course, that is going to show that you owe someone $200,000. So that would affect your debt to income. So that's why we're going to get into a little bit later in the video who this is for and who this is not for. So we got to talk about, is this going to be the right time for you to put something like this on your credit profile? Now, if you are not planning to do anything with your profile at the moment, please take all of the money that you have and do a pledge loan to help strengthen your credit profile. This is going to help increase your credit score over time. This is going to help add on-time payments to your credit profile. Of course, you have to make sure everything is paid on time. Okay, that's why auto pay is so important. Auto pay is part of adulting. So if you don't trust auto pay yet, you got to get over that. If you need some counseling, schedule a call below. You can book a 15-minute mini coaching call with me, guys. So please, if you have questions, feel free to do so. The link is in the description. But this is what it looks like. Pretty straightforward, okay? Now, the next thing that we're going to be looking at is, again, what it looks like inside of your app. So if you did want to pay more, all that you have to do is go inside of your app. You can see it's very easy. You can just click that little pay button and you can pay your loan down a little bit more. You want to wait until this reports, okay? So see how it says the balance is $200,000 because it's so new? You want to wait at least, in my opinion, 30 days. Give it enough time to report to the credit bureaus that you owe $200,000, okay? And then you can pay it down. You don't want to pay it off too quickly, okay? Because again, the purpose of this is to develop that relationship, allow the bank to make a little bit of money off you, because again, you have to give a little to get a little. And I'm going to show you the rewards of what something like this can potentially do for you, okay? Now, we don't want any negatives when we're applying for things, so that has a lot to do with it. This is obviously not the end all be all, but this is a great way for you to add a primary trade line to your credit report that is an installment loan. So for those of you that are looking to buy a vehicle or buy a higher ticket vehicle, this is a great way for you to add an installment loan to your credit profile to help you get approved for that $100,000 or $200,000 auto, instead of you trying to buy an auto trade line that, I mean, in this day and age, they're very hard to come by, and it's fraud. So, you know, it's really not going to work in this day and age. You need to have a trade line from a reputable bank like Navy Federal, okay? If you have a $200,000 auto loan from some no-name company, it's not likely, okay? So again, we want to wait about 30 days, allow the pledge loan to report to your credit reports and to report that balance, okay? Then you can start paying it down, okay? And you can pay it down inside of the app. This is what it would look like. So of course, you see the pledge loan amount is a little over 200,000 because of the interest, okay? And the money is still in the checking account. So what they did was they just transferred the money. The money is still in your checking account to pay back the loan. And then again, it's just like recycling money, but it's your money. So if you have any sort of lump sum of money just sitting around, put it in the bank, okay? It's safe, okay?